Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Let me show you guys how I sew down 4x4 lace the way it should be done. Notice how this headline is just laid. No elastic band, only wig grip under there. Let me get you started. I use two type of thread, nylon and cotton. The nylon I prefer to use at the top because it's thinner, so it's not going to show as much. Then I use a mesh dome cap to create this wig. So I'm going to show you the difference in the thread. I prefer the nylon when I'm doing the actual closure himself because the thread is thinner and I feel like it tangle less and I do not want to have tangleness going on. So this is 4 thread in there folded, and that is 2 of the nylon, way thick, much thicker than the nylon. The cotton one is thicker than the nylon. Okay, now that we got that over with, I use straight needles. I cannot stand bending needles. I don't even know how to use it. There's gonna be 4 bundles in this wig. That will probably be in a part 2, the finishing of it, but this video today is all about how I sew down the 4x4 lace closure the right way. I've been meaning to show you guys this. Now let's go. Let me take it away. So I put a bit of water on the hair, spray a bit of water on to tame everything down. Then I take the closure himself and tag them down with that T-pin, or I don't know, square pin, whatever it is I've got. Tag them nicely down. Once I was done tagging them down, this is merely more or less just to make sure they are down and I can start somewhere. I try to put them all down in a way that, you know, it's kind of snug to the cap and there's no lump or bump going on. So again, I go in with a bit of water, spray them on again. All that flyaways are gonna be my doings because they're constantly flipping out. They just want to come and play. So I take my first needle. I'm using the nylon thread in the front because the thread is thinner. I like that, and because I feel like they do tangle less compared to cotton thread. So I first of all get the needle through the dome cap first, just the dome cap without, I'm not sewing on the elastic underneath. So I'm making sure that first, you know, where the closure starts is properly tacked down, because if a wig is going to last you a few months, few years, the base of the whole thing is the closure. The closure is what holds everything. If the closure is messed up, you might as well not have a wig. That is the face. That is what made the wig look the way it look. So if you're gonna get any of the other part right, this part need to be right. If you're gonna get any of the other part wrong, but this part need to be right, there you go. So I sew it in. I kind of sew that very first where I start over and over and over until it's properly tacked down. Then I carry on sewing them together, really close together. If I were to show you, when I show you close up once I was done, it's almost looking like it's been done by a machine. Really dead close together. I can't tell you an inch or whatever. This is not inch, like literally very close together, because this is what's going to hold the whole wig down, because the cap or the net underneath are going to be cut off under. So this transition here need to be absolute spot on. You need to nail this. So once I finish doing that, I remove this pin that I initially put on to hold everything down, including the one I put in the middle, because I am gonna slightly, this is my method guys, take notes, I'm gonna slightly tug on it like I'm doing, then put that pin back on in the middle. Then I'm gonna sew again on this very other side that I'm gonna start working on. So I did the exact same thing that I did on the other side. So attach my thread on the actual cap first without sewing on the elastic band, then go in with the closure and start sewing that in again, very close together, neatly sewed together but close together like I did on the other side. I'm going to carry on sewing that in until I meet again at the end of that line that I'm working on. So now that I've gotten back to the kind of finished that side of the other week of this week, the window is looking kind of raised. Don't worry, just a little tug on it. Find the middle between where that one side ends and where the other side ends. I'm just going to pin it down in the middle. Then I'm going to again sew across it until I reach the middle where is the second pin right there in the middle. I'm going to sew closely again together with that same thread all the way to the middle. I don't know if I'm making any sense. I hope I'm making sense. So there you go. So now what I need to do is sew on this side to meet that needle again back in the middle, and she's down. She is down. So I just use the first thread with my second one, knot that together really good, and knot it up like a couple of times to make sure it's fully down and nothing is going to unravel before I even start anything else. So I tack down really down, and that is that. So I move on to cut out the cap inside, because this is just tutorial showing you guys how I sew down my 4x4 lace screws, saying that this is the base of the whole thing. So I try not to fast forward stuff here so you guys can fully understand what I'm going on about. So I cut that cap underneath off, but not leaving myself enough gap. Again, this is what hold everything down. So you don't want to overcut and end up in a place where the wig himself start falling apart because you've cut too far. So I left a lot of gap for myself as a guide. So what I'm gonna do here now, I don't think you would have seen this anywhere else, but I'm gonna show you guys this. I do this in all my wigs, but I don't think I always show you guys this part. I'm gonna take my lighter. I'm going to kind of burn it. As soon as the elastic starts to light up, melt up a little bit, then I blow it out and use my tool pinky and just pinch it together. This is to make sure because the elastic has been bursted into, hasn't it? So it's been cut. So there's now elastic doing its thing, and the actual cap, which is the net, doing its thing, and it's all flapping. So if this is not locked or sealed, they are gonna start unraveling. It's a matter of time. The elastic's not gonna stretch as much. They're just gonna fall apart way quicker than they would have. So this is my own technique. So I use this lighter to lock the net and the elastic back together as if they weren't cut or they were never cut to begin with. So doing so gonna stop anything falling apart, unraveling and slacking and what not have you. So this is a technique that I had really I was desperate to show you guys, especially for those starting out on how to make a wig. I hope you guys will find this technique useful. The reason why I stretched the cap when I was making it was that the dome cap kind of have elastic band to it, doesn't it? So I want to make that stretch that the elastic that the cap have, I want to make it work to its advantage. So when I was done finished making this wig, there was no need to use elastic band or anything else, only just wig grip, because I stretch it so that make the whole thing stays out the way they should. It just kind of snug to your scalp once I was done. So that is how I burn the ends of the elastic band underneath, just to make sure nothing is flapping and flipping and what not have you. You know, it's just all stays together in the end. So I'm doing the other side now. You can see exactly what I'm talking about, because it's been cut. So now everything is just open and everywhere. So I'm gonna, again, because I cut when I first trimmed the cap underneath, I left myself a lot of gap. So now that I'm about to burn it, I can go in again, close up, holding the lace right tuck in, because you only have to this process can easily go wrong. You only have to put the lighter way too close to the lace and you will have ruined the entire thing. So I'm holding the actual closure really close to my hand and make sure that is out of the way before I start lighting up my lighter. So this is very important. You cannot screw this up, guys. It will be a disaster. So as you can see, they're all flapping and opening about. So the idea is to burn them. Just burn it. But be careful when you're doing this part. Set the lighter on it. As soon as the elastic start going, ouch, it did hurt, I must admit, because it is burning elastic and it's hot. So putting my hand in to quench the fire was painful, only for a little bit. So there you go. I just seal them in, seal it until the whole, that few inches where the elastic band was, until it was all sealed in. And I was happy that I know that it's not gonna go anywhere. Nothing is worse than you make a wig and they start bringing it back. Oh, this is wrong, that is wrong. The first thing that could go wrong is the closure not being sewed down properly, and the second best thing that can possibly go wrong is that cap, or that, what's it called, the band unraveling because you have broken into it. So I hope this was helpful to somebody, how to sew down your lace closure on a cap. Now you can refer back to my previous video on how I finish the rest of the wig, or you can give me a thumbs up, leave me a comment if you want me to show you how I make the rest of the wig. I will be glad to do that. So as you can see, because I've cut out the net underneath, everything is looking seamless. It's just flat. There's no bump, no lump, just as it should be. So I hope this video was helpful to somebody. If that is the case, guys, do give me a thumbs up. All right, look out for more video like this. I'm gonna love you and leave you guys here. I will talk to you on the next one. Bye bye.